Hey y'all, I am here. I'm sorry for being late. Let me see. Hopefully some people who are waiting are still here to watch and stuff. All right. Okay. Anytime I do this on the bed, it's kind of tricky. How's everybody doing, y'all? I'm starting to understand why they call it March Madness. I swear, every March is always something when it comes to me. If you are on the live session, drop a comment and say hello. Give the video a thumbs up. And I'll get started soon. I'm just going to... Well, I feel like I already... Now, chat or you can replay. I don't know. I'm just like, it's already 10:30. I'm tired, y'all. This has been a very long week. I'm grateful that tomorrow is Friday. And I'm also just trying to figure out how to navigate some personal stuff because it's been a lot going on. Now I know I told y'all 9:30 and then I came at 10:30, so some of y'all might not be aware. Hey Nichelle, thanks for joining. I'm sorry that I'm late. How are you? How's your March going so far? I will be getting started with the goals chat in just a moment. I'm just trying to give other people time to join. But I know what happens usually is I'll just start talking and it might be one of us at first. And then the next thing you know, it's 5 or 6 of us. And then people join that may not even like be familiar with why I'm on here and everything. But I had to join late. Hey, Lissa, how are you? It's okay, life happens. Thank you for asking. My March is actually going good. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. My March has been going not so great, but I was looking at my goals that I wrote down and I was like, and although I am not like doing as well with some of the goals, I have been on track to achieve some of them. So like focusing on the good, my main goal was about streaming church on Sundays. And so far, the first Sundays of the month, I did stream church and I took notes and I even restreamed for Bible study. I haven't had a chance to review my notes from Sunday's sermon, but that's going well. From my fitness journey, as I was closing out the week, I want to say I was dealing with PMS, and then the first week of March, I had a cycle. So I only made it to the gym once last week. So far this week, I've worked out twice, but the week is not over. But like last week, I just was not feeling it. And we had been having some car trouble. So we were sharing one vehicle and just needing to be in two different places at the same time. I just kind of said, okay, I'll just take Bruno out to the park. And Thursday of last week, I actually didn't even do that because I was so tired. I just stayed back. But this week, I started feeling like better because, of course, my cycle ended, but also like just having that energy back and that desire to want to get in the gym. And then once I went to the gym, of course, it felt off because it had been over a week. When you take a break, you can feel that break in your body. But it felt good to go back. And even though I went back and I was late, only got like 40 minutes, if that, of the class, it was enough to make me want to go and plan accordingly for the next day. So like yesterday, I actually made it and was able to do my full class, and it was a really good experience. I actually planned on going tonight, but Josiah did not do his homework like he was supposed to. And I ended up having a conversation with his teacher, and his teacher let me know that he actually had like a Civil War project that he was supposed to complete, and he basically didn't finish it and had an opportunity to finish it and decided that he was going to go to lunch instead of going to her class to work on the stuff. And so he also had practice tonight for baseball, and we were late because I was on the phone with the teacher. But long story short, I was like, I'm going to let you come to practice because we usually have multiple practices a week, and we only had one day of practice this week because of the rain. And, excuse me, the fields were not in good condition. So basically, this was the only day of practice, and their first game is this weekend. So because of that, I let him go to practice. But basically, I told him, when you get back and when you get done, we're going to be doing this project. And then that's when I remembered, not that I forgot, but I remembered like it's almost 9:15-ish. We were finishing the civil rights notes, and he had to do another assignment about idioms that he didn't tell me about, and he left in the classroom. But the teacher told me because we had talked before his practice. So he had to do that assignment after that. And I was like, it's 9:15. He still hasn't taken his bath. He still hasn't finished the idioms yet. He still hasn't ate dinner. I'm going to need more time, and I'm not going to be able to go live and break this focus. So that's why I came on and told y'all I'd be an hour late. And I timed it well. I had enough time to help him get it done, clean the kitchen up, make sure Saya ate, make sure I ate. I didn't take my shower yet, so I'll do that when I get off of here. But honestly, I'm still struggling with some family stuff, and with Josiah, just getting him to do what he's supposed to do when it comes to school and completing his work and completing his stuff on time, turning it in, not having to remind him, not having to like have him say he forgot something on purpose. It's just a lot, and it's exhausting. On top of if anything else goes wrong, I will say work has been extremely peaceful. Next week is going to be a really chill week, so I'm going to try to take it easy this weekend. I'm going to try to not let things, happen to make the weekend stressful for me, but also next week should be pretty chill as well. And I'm kind of looking forward to that because I don't know about y'all, but it's nice to have a work week that's kind of chill when personal stuff is going on at home, or you having family things going on at home or whatever. And it's also nice to have family chill at home when you're having a hectic work situation going on. Now, if you can get both at the same time, that's sweet. But yeah, right now, the Lose It app, I'm actually logging what I ate today on my the website version of Lose It on my computer. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I basically didn't give a care about what I ate last week. I still kept logging. Y'all can kind of see it. It's like, it's not, if y'all can kind of see me logging like the foods and stuff on there. I kind of didn't care, but I still logged everything I ate. I broke my drinking rule last week. And I actually weighed in and I hadn't lost, I actually lost like 4 pounds since my last weigh-in, but I'm up from last month, but not too terrible. Like when I came off and I did my weigh-in this morning, I was actually down, hold on, let me respond to this message real quick. One second. Okay, sorry. I was responding to my friend's text message. I can give context around that too. What was I about to say? I forgot my thought because I got completely distracted by the message, but that's another situation in itself. We were supposed to be going to a concert together. The concert is in a couple of weeks. And it was going to be me, 2 friends, and one of my friend's sister, which she's like a friend of ours too, but it's my friend's little sister. And so the plan was going to be to buy the tickets together so we could sit together. Well, first, the Beyonce tickets were like made available. It was a big deal. It was hard to get a ticket. We were supposed to go together, but then when the prices were coming out, they were kind of not ready. And then they ended up saying they didn't want to go. And I ended up having to get a ticket by myself. I also missed the opportunity to go with someone else who was ready with payment ready. And they're now sitting in a different section. And now I have to sit by myself. So this other concert that was coming was supposed to be an opportunity for us to go together. Now, at the time when I was ready to get the tickets, that we were not really all ready to get the tickets. And I had ended up buying a Beyonce ticket. I also bought a plane ticket for a spring break trip. I bought a plane ticket for, thank you so much, Renee. Wait, Rain Bobo. Hey, Kwana. I think I was talking about diet, and I'll go back to that after I finish telling this story. But basically, long story short, I had ended up buying my Beyonce ticket, a Nashville ticket, and a Jamaica ticket. And so I had spent extra money that would have been available if when I had asked the first time if everybody was ready, but they weren't. And then we were like, okay, we'll just do it in a couple of weeks. Well, a couple of weeks passed and it wasn't like I hadn't been paid again yet. And one of the friends asked, were we still going to do it? And I was like, yeah, but I want to do it on Friday because that's the day I get paid. So she was like, okay, cool. So that Sunday before that payday Friday, she texts me and the other friend and say, a lot of the tickets are selling out in a lower level. This friend has expressed that they're afraid of heights. They don't like sitting in the upper level when they go to concerts. At the time, the tickets in the lower level were like, let's say under 150 with tax for this concert. And some of the tickets in the lower level were starting to sell out. Some of the sections in the lower level had started to go up. And some of the tickets that were 150 were now 180. And then there were some that were even like 215. I had kind of said prior that I didn't want to pay more than 150 for my ticket because at the time we saw that there was a lot of tickets, and with taxes they were coming up to about 150, 154, which was fine. I don't care about sitting in an upper level if I go with the right people, but I also don't mind sitting lower level to get a better view. It's really about the artist and the music and if you're going with good vibes. But the whole thing was we were going to go to this concert together because the Beyonce thing didn't work out. So the Sunday before the pay period, my friend tells me that she went ahead and bought her ticket for her and her sister because that particular day, it looked like a lot of the lower level seats were selling out and there were no seats available. So I went in and looked, and it also did show that there were not a lot of seats left in the lower level. There were some groups of 4, but they were a little bit more expensive. And she didn't tell us before she did it. She just did it. She bought her ticket for her sister and for herself. So me and my other friend didn't have tickets yet. So I asked her to just let us know where she sat so we could try to find the seats in the same section as she did. And they were actually still available. I don't know if they're still available now, but like by the time I got paid, they were still available. But those seats were now like $30 higher than what she had paid the day before. There were other seats in the arena that were in my original price range, and then there was also some lower level seats available in 4 that were in a different section but still lower level. So I felt like I had to either make the decision to go by myself and sit in the budget, or to pay an extra basically $50 at this point than what I intended on spending for this particular concert to sit on her row. And I decided not to do it or do either because the whole thing was going to this one together, but also wanting to be able to sit with each other. So when I just stopped to respond to the text message, she was asking earlier today, me and the other friend, are we still going? Me and the other friend had a separate conversation, and she told me maybe like last week, I think Sunday, she was like, there were still a couple seats on that row. So she thought she was just going to go ahead and buy a seat on the same row. It would be next to the sister. And I said, okay, I'm going to look and I'm going to see what other things are available in the lower price range, because there was and there still is a few seats that are less than what they were charging for where my friend got her section with her sister, or her seat with her sister. And so I asked another friend of mine who I've been hanging out with, recently celebrated a birthday with her, if she'd be interested in going, and she said she would be and that she's down. Well, when we were looking at the tickets, by the time we looked at it, it had went up again. And so the seating that she was willing to do was up in the upper level. But the upper level had went up, which I know this is like becoming a long story, but basically the upper level was $79.95 before tax. So after tax, it's coming up to like $115. Some of the seats in the upper level when we were looking last weekend had went up, and it was closer to like 145 or something like that after tax. And so now I get frustrated again because I'm like, literally a month ago, these tickets in the lower level was that price, about $150 to sit in the lower level. Now it's $150 to sit in the upper level, which is not the same view. So I basically was like telling her, let's just wait, because this is not really where I want to sit. But also, I just feel like I'm overpaying to sit over here. So going back to what I learned from Renaissance last year, I did not go to Renaissance, but what I learned from that and from other concerts like Usher recently is that the day of the concert, there will be seats left, and the seats will go down. They will not go up. They will go down, because at that point, they understand that they need to sell the seats or they're going to lose the money. And so me and the friend, the one that's, hey, Batman, the friend that's not going, We basically made a plan. Either A, we are going to get the tickets together last minute wherever it's available, or B, we're going to do something else. Like, I don't know. I just feel like spending nearly $200 to sit lower level when the tickets were $99 before tax. So it was like 152 or 154 prior. I just feel like, it's like it would have been a good deal. And just to give additional context, because I got a lot of ladies on the call that will understand, it's for the Millennium Tour. I have been to the Millennium Tour before, and the Millennium Tour is good, but I don't feel like it's worth me paying $200 to go to. I like Sammy a lot. I like Sammy. I like Bow Wow, Pretty Ricky, and whoever else gonna be there. That's exciting, whatever, but I just feel like we're overpaying. And my friends are good friends. I'm not saying they're not. I just think it's just a matter of when you start to see the gray, you're thinking it's going to sell out. I personally know Millennial Tour is not selling out like that. Not like, it's just not. But what I did learn is that, going forward, I'll try to buy tickets to the next concert a little earlier. But I'm not pressed to go to the point where I'm going to overpay. And I'm certainly not going to overpay to sit with friends that I was supposed to be going with that couldn't wait, for me to go. Honestly, like, and the friend apologized, and it's not her intention. I know my friend's heart. She wasn't trying to be any type of way, but it's like, if you plan to do something together, before you swipe the card, just say something, because maybe I would have been like, hey, I will, hey D, I haven't heard from you in forever. Hold on 1 second. Okay. This is a troll-free zone, so trolling will get you blocked on this page. Please go do that somewhere else. Anyway, not saying that you're trolling Batman, but whoever comes on here trolling, it's a troll-free zone. I don't want to take away from the conversation for that. I've been okay. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about what's been going on. So, you know, yeah, it's DM me, because I'm like deleting, blocking. If you want to go, then go. But I feel like this is not your concert to go. Quana, that's how I was starting to feel too. I hope you're still here. That's how I was starting to feel too. I'm like, if it keeps going up, and then like my friend the second friend that I brought in, like we went out for her birthday and I had brought it up. She was like, oh, I would like to go to that. And then she had an emergency happen the day we were going to pay. And we did call, like she did follow up with me that night, but it went up again. And I'm like, I'm not paying that for a nosebleed seat. I do think $79.95 is fair, with tax. But when I saw $99.95, you got to understand the lower level was that price. Like, let's just say 115 was $99. And now you telling me 215 is $99? Why would I want to pay that price for, hey, from London, inspired by compliments? Hello. I was like, that it just feels like a waste of money. It's not even that I don't have the money. It's not even that I can't afford it. It's not a smart use of money. You know what I'm saying? And with the whole Beyonce thing, the difference is I didn't leave them out. I actually missed out on getting tickets with someone else who was going to get them for pre-sale early because they weren't ready. So, I don't know. I just feel like I'm being pushed and challenged more to step out of my comfort zone. And if y'all look at my community tab, I shared an interview from my friend Brittany, college friend of mine, who left the state, and she shared her journey on her ups and downs and thrived. And now she's achieved 2 master's degrees. She's working in her field. she's just really thriving, and she shares her journey, but she talks about getting out of your comfort zone, not being like waiting to be validated from others, kind of moving in silence. And then just kind of understanding, like, if you have a calling or you have a passion or a purpose and it's something that you really care about, you can't always share that with everybody. You just have to kind of trust in God and do what you need to do. Thank you so much. That's very sweet. And my feelings, it wasn't that it was hurt. It's more just, I don't know if the word is hurt or if it's just like annoyed or frustrated, but I expressed that. I feel like if we're going to be friends or best friends, I got to be able to tell you when you do something that bothers me. I will say I try to be very conflict avoidant in my relationships, all of them, whether it's work relationships, romantic relationships, friendships. I really do not like, confrontation. However, you do have to show people how to treat you. You have to express to people when you don't like something, otherwise they will keep doing it. And I felt like, the Beyonce thing was kind of the start of this, because it was like, I text these friends. These are friends that normally they have their money, they have the card ready, they be ready when I'm ready. Ask them, hey, you want to do Beyonce? Yes, I want to do Beyonce. Okay, what is your budget for Beyonce? My budget for Beyonce is no more than $350. Okay, great. That's realistic. I understand. I have a friend. She had the pre-sale code because she's a part of the Bayhive. I'm not part of the Bayhive. I like Beyonce's music. I regretted not going to the Renaissance concert because I actually did like that album, but I'm not a part of the Bayhive. I don't have the subscription and I don't get the emails and all that, but I have a friend that did. So she got the pre-sale for the concert. She was in the queue. She was telling us, be ready because I can get us all the tickets so we can all go together. The day that we're supposed to get the tickets, they are responding slow. They're not ready. She ends up just getting her ticket because I didn't want to slow her down waiting on my friends. So then that Friday when it hit general public sale, I was like, I'm going to try again. I had got a pre-sale code from the friend that got her ticket, and I was able to see the pricing. So I kind of briefed them. It's looking like it's this price range. They're like, okay, cool, great. So we get we get to Friday, and I'm in this queue fighting for dear life, trying to, get some tickets without spending a bunch of money, because the thing is, the tickets are actually not super expensive. What happens is you have verified resellers who profit from getting tickets and selling them up, right? So you got to be fast to get your ticket at the normal price instead of having to pay a crazy price. Beyonce had tickets that were the same price as the Millennial Tour, if we be in a bug. But what happened is the verified resellers would buy the tickets and take that $79 ticket and sell it for $300. And what ends up happening is when all the regular price tickets sell out, people are now forced to pay more money. So long story short, the friend that doesn't like to do heights didn't want to do an upper level ticket. Those tickets were under $200, but she didn't want to do an upper ticket. The other friend she don't care, but she's just kind of go with the flow. She didn't want to spend over $350, and they both had said they didn't want to spend over $350. I have found a seat that's called Limited View. That's in the lower level. Limited View is not that bad. Go look on TikTok. You can look at the sections. It's not a limited view at all. You can see with your eyes the stage. There might be people walking by or whatever, but from what I saw, it's not that limited at all. You can get the seat as low as $200. With tax, it comes up to like $300 with the tax. So that's under $350. I clearly explained that. Then the one of the friends, the one who's not afraid of heights, was like, you know what? It's higher than I thought. We went to see Usher for less than that. I'm going to just not do it. So I didn't mind. Like, you could say no, you could change your mind, but you got to understand from my point of view, I'm like, okay, I've wasted time. I've wasted tickets. I keep going in and out of this queue, and now you don't even want to go. So then the other friend, she wasn't listening, and I guess she didn't understand. I had said, like, I found another ticket with tax is $300. She had said no. I got the ticket. I sent where I was sitting. I sent the price. Then she was like, oh, I didn't realize you were saying that was the price before tax. I thought you were saying, or after tax, I thought you were saying it was the price before. So she was like, dang, I would have went with you and this and that. And she was like apologizing. I'm like, it's fine. I'm not upset. Like, I thought I explained it clearly. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But I got my ticket because last time I didn't get the ticket. And when the concert was going on, I really regretted not going. Cowboy Carter, I don't know if it's going to be the same fun, great sing-along experience for me as Renaissance would have been. But I do want to at least say that I've been able to experience Beyonce in a concert at least once, since she is such a great artist. Now, moving on, we got to the Millennial Tour. This was a cheap concert. At this time, you got to think Beyonce's stuff went on sale probably at the beginning of Black History Month. Like February 3rd, 5th, 7th, 10th, something around that time. Millennial Tour in Atlanta is happening April 4th. This is the concert where that's going to have Pretty Ricky, Plies, Trey Songz, Bow Wow, all them people from when the millennials was young and shouldn't have been listening to that kind of music, but we were. Okay? So it's really for the 90s and the early 2000 babes, okay? So at the time, since the Beyonce thing didn't work out for us, I was like, well, we should definitely go to the Millennial Tour concert together. It's cheaper. Like the tickets, it was so many tickets and so many seats available. At the time, there were seats in the lower level starting at like $99. There might have even been some less than that. So we were like, okay, it's February 11th. We have plenty of time. We don't need to buy these tickets today, but I could if y'all are ready. Oh, okay, not yet, but I know I want to go. So I'm not going to go over the whole story again because I feel like I already told the story, but that's what led us to this. And so for it to still end up like that, I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm not mad. I'm still friends. I'm not saying I'm not, but it's just a little irritating because I was like, I was really looking forward to that. And so when she had asked, hey, out of curiosity, are you still going? I know I had said I was because I was like asking. I was like, okay, I'm going to get my ticket Friday. But I didn't get my ticket because the price wasn't making sense. And I'm just like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't want to pay an extra $50 to sit in the same row that was $50 less 4 days ago, or $100 less in February. But I get it. They gonna gouge because they got to make their money. But my hope is if it is meant for me to go, I can get a fair price. And I can go with somebody. Like, that's the type of concert you want to go with a friend and be able to sing along and pretend like you 13 again. Like, I don't want to go and sit by myself. And I don't want to go with Dez. I went with Dez to see Usher, and it was cool. But, like, Usher is for the girls. Dez enjoyed himself, but, like, you know, I don't want to do a R&B concert with Dez if he, you know, that's not his cup of tea. I'd rather go with my girlfriends for that. So, yeah. All right, let me read the comments. Get a dog. People are 99% untrustworthy. I have a dog. I do. His name is Bruno. I got a dog. He's 5 months old. I got a dog about 3.5 months ago. And I love him. This is your year to do things alone. That's what I said. Close enough. I want to be able to see. Yeah, D, not everyone knows how to do that without being triggered by their own trauma. I had no business listening to Plaza Child. No, exactly. Girl, he was my favorite. I love me some Plies. Wait, Trey Songz, tell me why that was my first concert. My mom bought it for me too. Aw, Grandma not mad. Grandma just disappointed. I think that's a good way to explain it, D, because I'm not mad, but I was disappointed and I was frustrated because I felt like my time was wasted. And I expressed that because I just want you to know, like, I don't want you to feel like I'm acting funny because I'm not. But it's like, you know, if I'm hesitant, the next time y'all bring up a concert, this will be why. My big stuff is debating on if I want to get up and go get a snack. I say go get the snack, girl. And buy a throwback dress and the skirts with the strolling belts and your name. Yes. Like, I wanted to do the airbrush shirt that said made in the 90s and like a little denim outfit. You know, I had a belt that had my name on it and I think it got broke when we moved. That would have been such a cute throwback to bring back. One of my YouTube friends, Alicia, I saw she went to the Millennium Tour in her state. I guess they went to Kentucky. I'm not sure where she saw it at, but she had on this really cute airbrush shirt. Like, I was going to do the whole vibe, and I just feel like that's something you do with a group of friends. Like, yeah, I could go by myself, but I'm just like, I don't want to go by myself. I don't want to go with Dez. Like, I would rather just not go at all. Or like I might go out that day though. Like I might go out with the friend that was willing to go with me and sit, separate somewhere else. I might go get drinks, go do something different. I'm not gonna sit at home that day. But yeah, like I don't know. I guess my thing is like if I say I'm making a plan with you, I'm not gonna go off and leave you. Obviously, I'm not gonna force a friend that's afraid of heights to sit in the nosebleeds if that's not where you want to sit. But it's like, have a little faith. It's not going to sell out. And that's what was frustrating to me. Like, you rushed, you bought your 2 tickets, and then 3 days pass, and here those same, like, price that she paid, lower level, I'm seeing 4 seats, 5 seats, 6 seats available. And I'm just like, we rushed because... So, we live and we learn. We live and we learn, but honestly, beyond it just being like that, I think it was just also disappointing because it's like I was looking forward to kind of having a girls' night out and doing something for me, and I feel like I still will, but I wanted to do it that way. But also it's a reminder, like, people got to do what's best for them, and that's fine. I think communication is important. She did send us a text message and let us know that she did it. So that was appreciated. Because she could have just been like, oh, I already got my ticket, like, the Friday. So, but, again, that's not friend-like either. But she did communicate. I just, I was just like, dang. A 90s brunch. Where would we have it at, though? Or would it be like someone hosted at their house? I'm looking at this concert right now, just because we're talking about it. And they still do have... they still have over 100 tickets left in the upper level, going for $79.75. I guess they just like to raise the price on the weekends or something. It looks like the lower level seats are all $169.75 now. So they've went up. They were $99.75. They done went up a little bit. And that's when you go for 1 ticket. I mean, for 2 tickets. If you look for 1 ticket, it looks like lower level is currently sitting at 1. Oh, wait. So there are some single tickets left for $119.75, which I think that's a fair price. That's a fair price. With tax, that's probably going to be about $180. That's higher than what I wanted to pay, but it's not over $200. Upper level is $200 at State Farm Arena. So it's like level 214 through 218, I think. It's really not that bad. Like, not to me. They have screens. I was going to go and have my little drinks and some food, and it was going to be fun. But I don't see myself paying over $200 for this concert. Period. Period, poo. But yeah, and then it's, like I said, there's some single tickets out here that's $139.75. That's what she ended up paying, and it came up to like $202 with tax. But I'm seeing some individual tickets, like if I were to go alone, as low as $119. Last week, they still had a few for $99, but I think it went up. But honestly, y'all, it's plenty of seats left still. Even in the lower level, it's a couple together. Like if I go with somebody, but it's also some tickets on the floor. Like there's plenty of floor seats left. Plenty. Like I'm looking at it and it's like rows. Like if you wanted to go with a big group, you could get a ticket. And then, like I said, in the 200 section, those tickets are still $79. A pretty venue somewhere and dress up and play music with a DJ and drinks and things. That would be fun. You know what else would be fun, Quana? A 90s karaoke party. Because there's some rooms where you can go and do karaoke and you can rent out the room. You could play the music of your choice. You could dress up. There's a venue in Douglasville like that. Oh, that's good. It's in the 200s, girl. You need to have fun. That was a time, you hear me? Honestly, I would pregame and drink and have a ball. Literally. That's what I was saying. I'm going to get off. Text me tomorrow. Okay, D. I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. You have the same number? I hope you have the same number. Text me because I have the same number. I hope she didn't get off because if I don't have her right number, I'll be like, she'll be like, you didn't text me. I'm about to write her on Facebook. But yeah, I ain't even mean, why am I talking about the Millennium Tour? That don't got nothing to do with my goals. Good night, D. So I talked about like, okay, yeah, shoot me a text. And I can respond because I have my computer right here. So yeah, the fitness journey is off to a rocky start this month. I've only been to the gym 3 times, and today is the 13th. So yeah, I was slipping, but like I said, I was on my cycle last week, and before it, like I was having the PMS symptoms, and I don't know, but lately my PMS symptoms have been really intense, and the cramps start like 2 to 3 days early, and it be feeling like the cramps I have during the heaviest days of my cycle, which then make me super tired and make me not want to like do anything. That's an excuse though, and honestly, I probably could have made it at least 2 or 3 more times, but between that, just we've had car trouble, having to share a vehicle, it made me just kind of be like, you know what, I'll just skip my workout today. But I need to get it, back together. I have reeled it in. This week I made it twice. The first day I made it back, it felt really rusty because I was super late, but it was fun and it felt so good for my mental health. Excuse me. Yesterday I went and did a class at a different gym because the gym near us was closed due to some sort of issue with like the power or the electrical or water. Something was going on there. And so I went and did a different class that I got to do when I did vacation last month, where I took time off from work. And the lady who I went to, she teaches in the mornings, but she teaches in the evenings on Wednesday. And when I tell you that class was so great, I was like, I'm going to have to take that drive over there at least once, if not twice a month, just to get that energy. It was really good. My friend Elissa also teaches at our gym, the normal gym I go to on Wednesdays, though. So it's like, I can't miss Alyssa's class going to Lauren's class, but I'm going to have to figure out a way to do both. So, yeah, fitness journey is not doing as great as I would want it to be, but I do feel like I'm on track. I didn't stop logging my meals. I have been still drinking my water, but y'all, I am still struggling with water intake. For example, I've had this water bottle for longer than a week. It's big, but it's just not convenient to drink out of. Like, when you open it to drink out of, the spout is so big. It's like you pouring somebody a glass of water. So I got to go back to getting those tall Publix water bottles that have the cap that's about the size of a normal water bottle. And then it's just big, like how I'm holding it like this, it's tall. So I can just bring one of those to work with me every day. It's over 50 ounces of water and say, you got to drink this before you leave work Monday through Thursday, because those are my in-office days. But yeah, I'm aware of where I'm falling short. I'm going to work on it. My faith journey is going well, Kwana. I've streamed church the last 2 Sundays, and I did a Bible study last Thursday at home, studying the scriptures that I learned about on the previous Sunday. So I didn't do that tonight because of what I explained about having to stay up with Josiah and help him do 2 assignments that he conveniently forgot to bring home and complete. But my plan is in my downtime before Sunday to review the scriptures from the sermon that I listened to on this past Sunday. I'll be honest, faith is what's been keeping me going. I have the hiccups and it's like hurting a little bit. I added a goal of praying daily, and I have been praying daily. I have been praying through my circumstances because this week has been very, very trying personally at home between Josiah and Des. And I feel like it really is nothing but the Lord helping me keep my head on straight and stay afloat. So I've been trying to start my day with a prayer. I've been trying to pray over my finances, pray over my decisions. excuse me, pray on how to handle things with Josiah, you know, when he's not doing what he's supposed to do, praying over my marriage, praying over the relationships between Josiah and my husband, Josiah and me, Josiah, me and my husband, us as a unit. It's just really been helping me to stay positive in the midst of what is a very tough situation. And so faith is probably the only goal that's going well for me right now. I know we're only 2 weeks into the month, but that's that. And then self-care. I went and got my nails done last weekend. I got my hair touched up. So that made me feel, and I got my brows waxed too. That made me feel good. So I did one self-care moment. So I'm gonna try to do another self-care moment before the end of the month. I think it needs to be a solo date. I know I said when I filmed a couple weeks ago that it didn't have to be a solo date. But I'm kind of like, yeah, I think some solo time would be good for me because I notice a pattern whenever my family and I get into this like routine of having to do everything together, we start getting on each other's nerves and conflicts arise. And it's not just because we're doing stuff together. I think there's like a need for us to kind of work on how we communicate with each other, how we treat each other, how we respect one another. I think all of that is a factor as well. But I do think some time alone would be helpful for me mentally. And that's what the gym usually does for me. Like if I go to the gym and I do a class, I'm not doing the class with Saya anymore. Saya's back in kids club, which is the daycare. Daz and I typically don't work out together every time we go to the gym together. So it is that time that we get. But like I told y'all, I didn't work out for almost 10 days of March and we're on the 13th day. I've only been to the gym 3 times. So in the midst of a period, in the midst of crazy things happening at home or at Josiah's school or whatever, and not going to the gym and then having to share your car and be together, all that, you kind of on top of each other, get on each other's nerves. Then the concert thing just kind of adding a little rift and workload ebbing and flowing and just trying to, do all the things and get through all the things and feel like you're going to make it out of them all because it's not easy. Like adulting is hard. Being a wife is hard. Being a mom is hard. Trying to be your best you is hard. Trying to live up to your dreams and the things that you feel like you're called to do and feeling like you're falling short is hard. But I feel like you just have to figure it out and choose your hard because not doing anything is hard too. Staying where you are when you know you're supposed to be somewhere else is also hard. So, yeah. You sent me another word from Pastor Mike. I need to go and watch all of them. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd be like, oh, okay, I love this. Let me look at it. And then I don't look at it. So I saw your messages. I need to go back and look at them so that I can like respond to you and say what I thought. So don't stop sending them to me. I appreciate you. That's exactly how I was feeling the last month. Oh, thank you. I appreciate y'all letting me know that. And I appreciate you saying you resonate with what I'm saying. I'm just being real. It has been a lot. That's all I'm going to say. And then I'm just thinking like I want to pour more into myself, but I also feel like I need to pour into some of the problems that are going on here. So it's like it's kind of causing me to shrink the desires I have for myself. Like I've been kind of trying to decide, do I want to pursue a certification or some sort of training or some sort of, educational thing for myself to better grow as a professional? Or do I need to figure out what and how I can start a business that's going to be more income driven? Because, I figured out how to make my full-time earn a suitable income, but it's like, what if something happens there? What can I be doing outside of that to earn money? And YouTube is one of them. But I'll be honest, my YouTube views have been better. Thank y'all for watching and tuning in. Those of y'all who be on the lives every time I go live, which is everybody that's here. I appreciate y'all. My long form videos are finally starting to pick up in views, and it's not getting like 30 views. I'm starting to see 100 and 200, and that's making me smile. But my earnings are still down. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what else do I need to do? I mean, I'm uploading a video every week. I'm uploading shorts. Everybody loves Bruno. He's the star of the YouTube shorts right now. But you know, besides me going in Ross every weekend, which I love going in Ross, but like if I slow down on shopping, do y'all want more sit down videos where I talk about life, navigating problems? Do you want the fitness journey updates? Like, I don't mind doing the weekly content, you know, but I need something that people are going to tune into so that more of us can see it and there's more ways to earn here. But outside of that, like, I would love to start doing reviews and getting sponsorships that way. This company reached out to me wanting me to do a review about a product that is for dogs. And like, I have a dog now, so I'm like, I am definitely interested. But, oh, and I put a post about this on Threads earlier. I get emails every week from companies, whether it's from TikTok Shop, Amazon, or somewhere else, wanting to sponsor me and give me something free in exchange for free videos. And I just feel like at this point, especially with over 20,000 followers on this platform, and I feel like I've built a community. I may not get 1,000 views every time I upload within 24 hours or 48 hours, but I have a true community and it shows. It's kind of insulting that these people think that I should just promote their stuff in exchange for free stuff. It's aggravating, actually. But it's like, if I could start getting 5 of these sort of requests per month and make a couple $100 a month doing promo videos on products that I actually like and I'm going to use, then like that would be really, really cool. But I just feel like, uh-oh, we got a spammer in the comments. I just feel like, you know, everybody wants me to do stuff for them for free, even though they found me through potential promo content that I've already done. It's kind of insulting. And content creators cannot live off of free gifts. Like, you can send me all the free clothes and wigs and braiding hair and puppy materials that you want, but at the end of the day, like, all that's going to do is give me a bunch of extra stuff to put in the house and nowhere to really put it over time. Whereas the money will actually allow me to pour into my channel and my business and continue to grow. Or it's just people who want me to promote their stuff, and they send the same. I think they send the same email to a bunch of people. Like, someone just sent me an email asking, do I want to promote their waterproof iPhone case for an iPhone 16, and I don't even have an iPhone 16. So there's no way that you watch my channel for real, because if you did, you would know that my phone is like old, outdated. It was still very functional. What? Cooking videos? Okay. I've done those before. I could bring some cooking videos back if I have the time. And I could bring the grocery hauls back. Yep. Okay, and that's stuff I do anyway. Like, I go grocery shopping bi-weekly. Cooking, it depends. This past weekend, Des did all the cooking, so that was nice. But sometimes I do all of it. Sometimes he does all of it. Sometimes we split it. Just depends on what's going on that week. Meal prep is really important for me. I want to start doing more documenting of my fitness journey. So I did tell y'all I weighed in and I had lost a little bit. Like, I lost maybe about half a pound since my last weigh-in, but I'm up from my lowest weigh-in of the year by about 2 pounds because I started to gain a little bit. I don't know if it was right as my cycle was coming or what, but when I did my last weight, I was like up by a couple pounds from my lower weight. So I just, you know, tried to keep my diet. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting sleepy. I tried to keep my diet in a caloric deficit. And so it felt good to see that it went down a little bit. And that's going to motivate me to stay focused. So for the rest of the month, looking over here at these goals, I am going to try my best to make it to the gym at least one more time before Sunday. If not twice, I might be able to hit it tomorrow and Sunday. And then try to increase my water intake, because I did do better with losing when I was drinking 100 ounces of water per day. And then as far as self-care, just kind of prioritizing that for myself because it is necessary. gym time, solo time, quiet time in the evening, like whatever that looks like on a daily basis. And then one I didn't talk about was like finalizing Jamaica. We have not done that yet, but I am still planning to do that by the end of this month. Right now, I am still looking for recommendations. Right now, we're leaning towards staying in the Ochos Rios area because someone told us that that's a good area to stay in. So I'm looking at a few resorts. If any of you have been to Jamaica before and you stayed somewhere and you really liked it, please let me know. I stayed somewhere last year, or not last year, but in 2023, and it just wasn't a good experience. But me and my family were blessed to find a flight to Jamaica on Delta, very cheap, under $500, main cabin, which means I do get the points, which is really good. You know, usually you don't get points when you travel for the cheapest ticket on Delta because it's basic and basic doesn't come with any perks. So I was able to get a really good deal on a flight for Nashville for Josiah's spring break, and then another really good deal on Delta for a trip to Jamaica, which would be like our redo since our first time wasn't good. And so it's really, really, really important to me to find a good resort this time. And I am going to be having a little extra cash coming in towards the end of the month. And so what I plan to use that cash on, aside from like putting money in savings, preparing to do some home projects, is to go ahead and pay for that resort cost up front for our Jamaica trip. And I just want to make sure I pick the right resort, y'all. Because if we're going to be on a resort for most of the time, we do plan on going off because we want to get some authentic food. But if we're going to be on the resort for most of the time, I want to make sure I pick a resort that understands how to have good customer service, how to treat people nice, and just how to have a good time. We are going with Josiah too, so it cannot be a adults only resort, which is fine. I don't think the last few times that I've went, it was a adult only resort. So that doesn't really bother me. I feel like kids are not in the way. They don't bother me. Even when I see kids at a resort, when I'm on a vacation, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a cute baby or that's a cute child. Like, be for real. People who are traveling out of the country with their kids are keeping their kids close. It's not like being on a Carnival cruise or no shade to Carnival, but it's not like being on a, you know, at Chuck E. Cheese or something where folks let the kids run wild and they're not watching them. Like, most people understand they're out of country, far away from home, so they're gonna keep their kids close. My first time in Jamaica, it was amazing, but in 2023 it was different. Yeah, that's when I went. I went in 2023 and it was just not, it felt very flat. It felt very flat. And I just was like, everybody's been like, social media made Jamaica look like this amazing place. Like, you see the videos of the people doing the excursions and they're in the waterfall and they're going on the excursion with the man in the boat and they're getting the lotion rubbed on their legs. Like, that was what I was expecting. And honestly, I didn't get that vibe at all. But I will say we also didn't do any excursions. So, I mean, you can't get the rub down on the lake if you don't go on the boat. But it was also who I went with and all of that. But I will say the resort was why we didn't have a good experience because the customer service was trash. In addition to the resort going through major renovations, which made a lot of the stuff kind of look less appealing. Take Saya to the Tennessee Aquarium. He's been before to that aquarium. Actually, he went last year with my mother-in-law. And he had a great time. But we're not going to that part of Nashville. We're going to, that part of Tennessee. I think the aquarium you're talking about is in Chattanooga. I took Josiah when he was like 3 or 4. And then like last summer, Josiah went with my mother-in-law and they did like a weekend together and they went to that aquarium in Tennessee. We are going to be in Nashville though. And that is not near the aquarium. But when we went a couple years ago, for his other break, excuse me, we went to the African American Museum and Josiah had specifically asked if we could go back there. And I just happened to look because Southwest has been having sales lately. Then they gonna announce that they're not gonna be allowing free bags anymore. But They had a sale and they had a really, really good price on Nashville. And I was like, we just gonna go for 2 days. It's gonna be perfect. It's not the weekend, so stuff shouldn't be super crowded. But I think we can just go for the food, maybe go to the museums, have more time in the museums. Cause last time we went, we were on a rush because of time. But yeah, I mean, honestly, looking ahead, I want to go to Texas. I want to see if I can visit my friend Brittany. And if for some reason I can't visit her, I have still not been to Houston yet. So maybe do a weekend trip in Houston. I wouldn't mind going to Chicago for a weekend. I also wouldn't mind going to, what is it called? New Orleans for a weekend. So I've just been kind of watching Southwest, watching, Frontier, Delta, and trying to see when they have tickets that are affordable. I'm still like stuck in 2019 and 2018 or 17 when you could go places for less than $200. I be feeling like if it's a flight that's under 3 hours, it should not be over $300. But I also understand that with inflation, everything is more expensive. So you just have to kind of get in where you fit in. Callaway Gardens is a good time. I've been there before. Josiah has not. I wouldn't mind going with my family. Make sure you have plenty of money because everything in Chicago is super expensive. I will keep that in mind. I heard the food is super good in Chicago, though. And so that's why I'm interested in going. I forgot. I think I was watching Kev on stage, and he did an interview of his crew, and he was asking all of them what state has the best food. And I think they were all saying Chicago and New Orleans had the best food. And they were saying Chicago had the best food because it was diverse. Any cuisine that you liked, whether it was Chinese food, American food, soul food, was really good in Chicago. And then New Orleans, if you like that Cajun food, it's the best that you'll get. But it's a lot of spices and rich flavors. So I just want to go because I'm a major foodie and I want to be able to enjoy some good food. For product prodigy, lifting heavy is cool. I just need to work on it. I'm not there yet. Yes, the zoo, Centennial Park, they have day passes at Gaylord. I've never been to Gaylord, and Gaylord is always in my cash back rewards. We are going to stay kind of in that same area that we did the first time we went because we liked the area. It was kind of close to everything. And then the perks at that location were pretty awesome as far as transportation. And because we're not going to have a car, we're going to be like either having an Uber or do a shuttle ride there. That hotel has a shuttle that does complimentary rides all day, pretty much, within a 4-mile radius, which was really cool because you could go to like the downtown area, you could go up the street to the food halls, all for free. And so, traveling with a 9-year-old, I'm not going to be out all night anyway. So I think that was probably the best way to go about it for this one. But I wouldn't mind going to that Gaylord. I think it's a resort because I saw it. Quana, I've been wanting to go to New York too. I just forgot to say it. As far as up north, is New York considered up north? If it is, then like New York. I thought New York and Chicago were both considered northern states. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, New York, New Orleans, Chicago, Dallas, and or Houston. Those are all kind of ones I've been looking at for weekend trips. I want to just start leaving Friday night after work and coming back Sunday. But the flights don't be flighting for them days. Like, the flights be flighting for me to leave on Sunday and come back Tuesday. Or to leave on Tuesday and come back Thursday. Like, I don't know. I need some spontaneity in there. So right now, like I told y'all before in my goals video, I am scheduled through end of July for vacation. I don't have nothing planned yet for July's vacation. I don't have nothing planned yet for June's vacation. So I'm going to just be looking and paying attention to the sales, and I'm going to go with what's cost efficient. I'm not going to lie. I am a little bit like scared of Spirit and Frontier just because they are known for canceling folks' flights and delaying folks. And I have a fear of paying $30 for a flight or, $50 round trip for a flight and then having an issue to where I cannot get that flight when I get to the airport and then being forced to pay triple that price with Delta or some other airline that's like more reliable. And then just being kind of like, dang, and I hate to be negative like that, but just it's nerve-wracking to think about. San Antonio, I think, is where Dee lives. I need to check with that when I get off of here. I'm gonna ask her if she's still there. If we were to go together, maybe we could go, and I'll follow your lead because I've never been there. But we could possibly meet up with Dee and have lunch. I met up with Dee when she visited one of the Carolinas. I want to say it was North Carolina, South Carolina. One of them. I met her, and I met her family. It was nice. Summer in New York City for 3 days is a good time. I'm going this summer for business, but I'm going to have fun also because I miss home. I need to DM you. I'm not going to ask you on here since it's a public platform, but basically when you're going, because maybe I can align with when you go and meet you up there. Because, I mean, we can meet here in Georgia because we both in Georgia, but I just mean, like, it's cool to go somewhere with someone that's from the place because they can tell you what to do and where to go and where the good food is and all that good stuff. I also wouldn't mind squeezing a cruise in there. I haven't done a cruise this year. And honestly, there was one I was considering going to. I still could go to. It's in December. And then there was another cruise I was looking at for Josiah's fall break that went to, I think it also went to Montego Bay. Now that we're going to Jamaica on an all-inclusive, I don't know if I want to do a cruise that also goes to Jamaica, but I wouldn't mind going to Cozumel again. It was a really great time. But what was I about to say? Oh, part of the reason why I didn't book a cruise this spring was because a lot of the dates just didn't align with the time off that I already took. So because I had already took time off and set my dates, and I'm kind of cool with the dates I set, I didn't want to have to move any of the time off around to fit the needs of a Carnival cruise. I mean, I don't know what I'm going, but I'm going because I'm going to do a food tour there and try different foods. If you want to go, we can vlog it. Oh, okay. That sounds like fun. I'm a foodie, too. I'll be doing Yelp reviews. I'm starting to get uncomfortably restless. Okay. But, yeah, I'm glad I came on here and talked with y'all. Y'all always make me feel better. Because I was a little tired and aggravated when I got on. But, it's not anybody's fault in particular. It's a lot to do in 24 hours in a day. I was just like, why? But tomorrow, I'm just looking forward to a chill day. I do have some tickets to a basketball game that we're supposed to be going to. I'm going to just play it by ear and see how I feel. I do want to go, though, I'm going to just see. And then y'all made me feel better about the concert situation, too. So I'm going to let my friend know I love her and there's no hard feelings. But, I'm going to just play it by ear at this point since it's not set in stone, that we would be going together. It just don't sit right with me to overpay for stuff. It's not about having the money because the money is there. It's just like, I don't know. I'm just so frugal that I can't. Look up cuts and slices in Brooklyn right quick. Okay, let me look at it. Good night, y'all. I'm not leaving yet, but I'm saying good night because Lissa wrote good night, ladies. Thank you for the love. What does it say? Cuts. It came right up. Oh, wow. It's the menu having pictures for me. That pizza looks real good. They got shrimp on a pizza, steak on a pizza, a red velvet cookie. Atlanta could never. Our pizza don't never look like that. So there's a place in Atlanta called Twisted Pie. It's in Douglasville. Oh, I said Atlanta, but it's in Douglasville, really Lithia Springs adjacent. They have an oxtail pizza. I have not tried it, but I heard through the reviews that they are really good. I did try another flavor pizza, and their pizza is good. It is a minority-owned restaurant, and they have their own, like, from scratch pie crust and stuff. It's pretty good. I've been a couple of times. And, yeah, when you said oxtail pizza, it made me think of that. But the pizzas look good, and they look unique, like buffalo and shrimp and cheese. Like, they got all kind of flavors I've never seen before. But I know New York is known for delicious pizza, so I definitely would want to go and get some pizza and some Chinese food. Really? So it's infused. That's kind of cool. The red velvet cookies look good to me. That's what I'm over here looking at. I can't show. Can y'all see it? Let me see. Hold on. I'm about to put my computer on here. Y'all see that from the menu? That's what I want. Red velvet. I don't need to be look. This is bad. Let me get off of here. I don't need to look at no cookies because I'll be at Crumble tomorrow. But okay, y'all. I'm about to get some sleep. Or not get some sleep, but just wind my mind down so I can get ready to get some rest. I don't know if I'm going right to sleep, but I am going to get off of here. I did enjoy talking with y'all. Like I said, y'all always make me feel better, so I appreciate that. I hope y'all have a better night and a good weekend. And I should be back on live on the 26th. No, the 27th. 2 weeks from now. So I hope to have better progress with the goals that I wrote down. Because my little green area is looking kind of sad with the 3 workouts on it. But that's okay. We still got a good 2.5 weeks left in the month to make some stuff shake. You're welcome. Good night, ladies. And good night, new friends that joined us. I will see y'all next time. Bye.